getting ready to work. I really love the office. 6 months ago, when I worked 100% remotely, I would say that I love remote work. I don't want to go to the office, but our office is so cool so that I go there every day, except sometimes when I plan going on holidays and I take Friday or Monday off. I think like in France, especially in Paris, almost every IT company has the hybrid sort of work or 100% remote. Hybrid is that you have to be present in the office 3-4 days in a week, and other days you can work from home remotely. In some companies it's more or less, it's more strict. In my company you can do whatever you want unless you work and contribute. I know in some other companies it's more strict, so you really have to be present like this amount of days. And there is another type of working remotely, is that you have to come to the office once in 2 months and be present 1 week, and other days you work 100% remotely. So this is pretty cool, there's flexibility, I really love it. But I love going to the office, as I told you. In France it's 35 hours a week, and so for example in my company, like in most of the companies, you work more, like 5 hours more, so 1 hour more per day, but you have additional holidays, which is, in my company it's 10 days, but I read that it's up to 22 days. And you can't work more than 39 hours, otherwise it should be paid, it should be additionally paid for additional charge. So in legal case, France, I think is very cool. It's a very cool country to work in. Yeah, by the way, about holidays, we have 30 days vacation in France. And additionally, I told you it's the RTT days. I forgot what it's in French, but I will write it down. How it's all counted, it's 2.5 days per each work month. And in some companies you can take days in advance, but in my company, in many companies, I heard that you can't take the days in advance. So if, for example, you've worked for, let's say 2 months, you have 5 days off. So you can't take 7 days off, taking 2 days off in advance that you're gonna work. You should, like, if you want really to have vacation of 7 days, you take 5 paid vacation and 2 unpaid vacation, 2 unpaid days off. And also in France we have about 11 public holidays, so which is pretty cool. It's public holidays and they are paid. And what really surprised me is that, not surprised, I knew it, but when I first heard about it, that most of French people, they take holidays in summer at the end of July, August, and almost like no companies work in July, August, especially in just in the industries, in administrative stuff, they don't work this time. So for example, and even like in IT companies, I have many colleagues who took vacation almost more or less at the same time. Since I'm new in the company, I can't take long vacations, so that's why I will be one of the people in charge, and I hope that it will give me a lot of progress because we won't be numerous in our team, and I think I will have to deal with a lot of requests and stuff, which will make me progress faster. Yeah, and if you're wondering that I've just spent so much time on doing my hair, on makeup and everything, it's just sometimes it's not every day that I'm doing it. For the hair, it's actually I'm doing it once a week. So it's once a week. I spend a lot of time, yes, but then my girls, thanks God I have girls, they allow me not to wash their hair, not to do the hair every day. Day by day it's getting less beautiful, the girls, but it's not like, but the hair is not disgusting, it's okay. Just sometimes I have some techniques to with makeup. I rarely wear makeup because I think in the video I should be pretty. But yeah, honestly, I do not wear makeup every day at work. It's most of the time I'm without makeup. I don't have to buy croissants for breakfast because I have them in the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every time I take the metro, I tell myself that I should start renting the bike or the trottinette, or that I should buy it, because it's so crowded, it's time consuming because it takes less time for me to go on my bike, and it's very energy consuming.
Ça va.
In France, like with the transportation costs, your employer also covers some of your lunch expenses, and most of the time it's 50%. In my company it's 50%, and this system is called meal voucher. So it's very simple. There is a balance in your account, and it's on average like 8-9 euros per day. that is added to your balance, and half of that is paid by your employer, and half of that is deducted from your payslip. And this meal voucher system can be like simple bank card, prepaid card, like I have, that you can simply pay in most of the cafes, restaurants, food deliveries, and grocery stores. Or it's in the form of a paycheck, or it's an app in the phone. Most of the people, they have bank card like me. And you can pay up to 90 euros per day. Yeah, but as I mentioned, it's only 8-9 euros per day added to your balance. So very cool system, I think, and I love France. But the thing is that in most cafes in Paris, the lunch costs about 10 euros. So anyway, you add more money for your lunch. And you can not only pay for lunch, actually you can use this card to do groceries, or you can go for dinner and spend this money on that. In France, your employer have to pay 50% of your transportation expenses, and it's very simple. You just send the check, the bill, and you're reimbursed 50% of what you spend. It's kind of handy because metro, it's not that cheap, so it's 70 euros per month for unlimited rides in Paris. I'm back home. I have the video about the impostor syndrome on my channel. I will put the link down below this video. And it seems that I haven't actually overcome these feelings of the imposter syndrome. It seems like it's chasing me every time, all of the way in my career. It's been 1 month, a little bit more, since I've been working at Content Square. So I changed the job, having less than a year experience in my previous work, and I'm always thinking that I'm not good enough, that one day my colleagues will figure out that I'm a bad developer and that they made mistakes taking me into the team. But the truth is that when I was having the interview, in the interview process, my colleagues did the interview with me and they expected me to be way less experienced than they are. They expected me to be junior. They knew that I haven't worked in web before, and still they decided to take me. They said, yes, Anna, let's join us. You're cool. It means that they saw potential in me, and probably I always fear that I will not satisfy their expectations. I haven't figured out for myself the recipe for this kind of destructive thoughts. The only thing that keeps me on track when I forget this kind, then I take out this kind of thoughts, is when I hear the feedback from my colleagues. And one day I remember we finished work late with the colleague that was mentoring me, and we walked through the metro together, and he stopped and he said, Anna, tu te débrouilles très bien. Which from French means that, Anna, you're really making progress. You're really good. Whereas in inner me, in inner myself, I didn't have these feelings at all that I'm making the progress. I've been constantly thinking that, oh my god, I'm so slow. Like the other colleague who joined 1 month before me, he's becoming really pro in the project. He understands it better than me. but he has 5 years of experience, including web development. So I'm not comparing myself with this colleague, of course, but sometimes, you know, there is this kind of thoughts when you're not doing well. And I've already done some jury tickets, some tasks that I was given, but I'm always thinking, oh, but my colleagues, they helped me, I asked too many questions, the tasks were not that difficult as they do. But it's only me who's thinking this way. And the only thing I've realized and that I understood how to deal with the imposter syndrome is asking people who you work with to give you the feedback. The manager, your colleagues, whether it's positive or negative, it will serve you for your self-development. If you're not doing really well, you can improve if you receive the negative feedback. If you receive the positive feedback, it will inspire you to do more, to keep on going and not be frustrated as sometimes as I do. And yeah, don't hesitate to ask questions. With that, I don't have any problems in my previous work, and now I keep asking questions. I notice that it's crucial. Like, your colleagues, they are pleased to answer you. Like, by asking questions, you show your interest, you show that you're really interested in it, and they really want to understand the project from the core and to contribute better in the future. So this kind of thoughts at the end of the day. Tell me in the comment if you found this secret of dealing with this, of dealing with the imposter syndrome. I'll be interested to read it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, for watching this vlog. Let me know in the comment what you are interested about. Probably I'll do more vlogs telling you some particularities in working in France. Have a good day. Bisous, bisous.